Okay, so first things first. How many of y'all making money out there in them streets?
Wish I was.
Now you know how Chef Corny be making his money out there in the streets. Ooh. Ooh. Y'all didn't know. When I was up at Johnson and Wales, they taught me this game called Six a CeeLo, baby. That's how they talk up there in New York. Six a CeeLo, baby. And you take the dice, and they be throwing them like that. And I was like, we don't throw dice like that from Detroit. When you throw dice from Detroit, how we throw them like this, don't we? Clack, 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 clack. Wow. Like that, don't we? Ain't that how we throw them?
You gotta snap.
You gotta have that snap at the end, don't it? It's a Detroit style of dice throwing. Just like that. Look at that. Look at that. Quarter and a half on you. Right there. So, everybody, I want y'all to practice the Detroit dice shake in the air as if you had fake dice. Now see, when you throw them dice, you let them fingers let that dice go. Don't nobody do like this. Nobody does like that, do they? You gotta be smooth with it. You gotta throw it, let the dice fly out through the fingers, right? Well, it's the same thing that you gotta do as you're dusting the table. When you're dusting the table for pie dough, you take that flour up in your hand just like this, and then watch my fingers, y'all. Watch the fingers. Watch the wrist action. Look at that. That's a dust right there. Look at my fingers. Look at my fingers right there. See, look, I still got flour in there. I'm only letting a little bit out. You dusting the table. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, those people who ain't making no money out there in the streets with them dice, this is what y'all doing. That's y'all. See that? That's not a dusting. That's a spreading of flour on the table. You really want to dust your table because the pie dough has a certain amount of flour in it, correct? That amount is 1 pound, 8 ounces. But guess what? Is that right? How much flour is that, somebody? That's another teaspoon or 2, right? That's another ounce. So it's not really 1 pound, 8 ounces now in your pie dough. What is it? 1 pound, 9 ounces. Oh, but guess what? It's a little too wet. So guess what? My dough's sticking. I got to add more flour. Oh, now what we at? 1 pound, 10 ounces. So every time you go to dust your table, you're adding more flour into your dough, which means your dough is going to be a little more dry, a little more sticky. A little more dry and a little more crumbly, okay? So you do not want that scenario as you're doing your pie dough. You want to do that Detroit, throwing the dice, dust. Ooh. Ooh.
You gonna have to put your camera.
Woo! Okay? Now, most of you all dough, look at that. I just pulled it up off of there. You see that? With just a little dusting. Your dough should always be just like an air hockey table. How many of y'all been to an arcade, played air hockey? It slides all over the place, doesn't it? Some of y'all be trying to do them rebound moves. You got to be good at geometry for that. Ting, ting. Okay? So your dough should always be sliding on the table. Now, when you all pull your dough out of the cooler, it's going to be in a little ball just like this. That's why I smashed mine down like that. So you can see that that's how yours will be. But how you all saw my dough is what you all are going to shape it into, which is a log. Everybody see that? You're just going to take it into a log, roll it like this, okay? Now you notice I'm not using any pressure. I'm not pushing down on it, okay? I'm just letting my fingers, the weight of my hands, roll it until it's a rolling log. Now, I know some of y'all gonna mess it up, and some of y'all gonna make some baseball bats and whatnot, or have it thick on one end like this, okay? Some of y'all gonna make some of those trimmers from that movie Trimmer. Yeah, they be like this on one side. Your pie dough is easy to correct. You just take that dough, see how quick and easy that is to fix it back up? Now look, I haven't put that much flour on the table, have I? It's not sticky, is it? Because we're doing that Detroit dice throw with that flour. See that? Woo! Okay. You want to roll this into a log. And now, if you got one of the good metal scrapers, like this one, got these from Dollar Store. They got a little ruler right here on the edge. You should make sure that your dough is at least 2 inches tall. Okay? 2 inches tall. After you make sure your dough is 2 inches tall, well, if it's not 2 inches tall, that's going to be the first question. I can hear Nyla saying that now. Chef, my dough ain't 2 inches. What should I do? Watch this, Nyla. Bitch, it's 2 inches now. If it's 3 inches, guess what? See? All right? You got it? All right. You want it to be the same size all the way across. Because now, you're going to take that same ruler and you're going to cut yourself a 2-inch piece. Boom. That's what your piece of dough should look like. Now, some of y'all been out there seeing Cinnabon where they just add the next piece of dough right next to it like that and do it like that. But you know, after you get so good at it, you just do it by eye. Boom. And you know it's good. Okay? Now, do not throw away your plastic wrap. Do not throw away your plastic wrap. At the 6-minute and 42-second mark, I said, do not throw away your plastic wrap. Use your plastic wrap to cover back up your dough. You don't want it to get a skin on it. And if you have to wrap it back up for the next day, you can use the exact same plastic wrap, okay? Now, I mean, y'all watch game shows on TV. In order to answer a question, what do you always have to do?
Press the button.
That's right, you gotta press that plunger. And that's the exact same way as now you cut this piece of dough, you turn it on its side. No whammy, no whammy, no whammies. Stop. Everybody see that? Okay. And what did I tell y'all it should do? Slide, 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 slide. It should always be sliding on the table, y'all. Always sliding. If it's ever stuck, that's when you immediately want to stop. Lift that dough. Get your Detroit dice. 7-Eleven. Okay? Now, how many of y'all know how to dance? Okay, good. Don't bring your dancing up here in the class. Because I don't want to see any of y'all. Feel my heart. That's on the dance. What you want to do really fast. That happens sometimes. What you want to do is take your dough and your rolling pin and just roll it straight ahead.
Don't you gotta put
one
pin?
pin?
Oh, you did.
So that means you make 4 pins.
Did I go left and right?
No, you
Did I slide to the left?
Nope.
Slide to the right? No. Crisscross.
Crisscross.
Everybody clap your hands. Okay, so y'all didn't see me do all of that. I went straight up and down, right? Now look, is my dough sliding?
Yeah.
I'm going to Detroit dice this table. We also call it what in the baking world? Dusting.
That's that table.
And so now, all I'm going to do is roll this dough the opposite way. Oh man, it's sticking to my rolling pin. What do I do?
I said you ain't swallowed your cheese.
Ooh, we gonna have to scrub that.
Let the weight of the rolling pin move your dough. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Man, it's split. What do I do? I'm going to sit here and cry?
you gonna roll that thing.
Fix it up. Tape it up. It's okay.
Just roll it.
Just like that. That's how you know it was sticking. Not for the whole thing though.
Why you trying to kill us?
And you just,
My mama ain't gonna eat it.
you can dust your dough.
That's so hard.
78.
Spanking the thing.
Yes, Mr. Miles. Now I want to put my pie shell on top to see if I am at least 1.5 inches to 2 inches outside the entire dough. Yeah? Yeah. And got it over here. Got it over there. And what do I need to do? Pull this off. Look at that. Let the weight of the rolling pin roll the dough. I don't want to see y'all. Okay? We don't want that. We just want the weight of the rolling pin to push the dough out. Uh-oh, what happened? That happened.
Again.
Take it, catch it. Check it to see if it's sticking to the table. Oh, ice. What is that thing called? Air hockey.
It's too thin.
Look at that. Now, as this is rolled out, this is the hardest part. I'm gonna tell y'all, King students get this wrong almost every year.
Oh no, nah.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's even more detrimental than the Davis students. And the Ville, they have never been able to get this part. This part is so difficult. Y'all don't believe me, do you? Okay. I'm about to show y'all the most difficult part of the pie shell. You gotta take your 4 fingers, just like Ric Flair. Woo! Take the dough. See why you got the 4 fingers under there? It's for supporting of the dough. You're gonna fold it back. That right there, that knocks out Demby all day long.
What?
All day long. Demby don't have nothing. They like, how did you do that, Chef? This is the part right here that the Ville has never been able to get. How much y'all want to bet somebody gonna mess this piece right here up? How much you want to bet?
I already know.
This why they don't even let Southeastern over here no more. 4 fingers again. Watch this piece. Now this the piece that Davis was like, are you using some type of aerospace technology to do this? Watch this. 4 fingers underneath. Look, oh y'all like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not even about to hit on Central because this their first time ever seeing this move right here. Central has never seen this move, but they are probably so astounded by what is getting ready to happen. Watch this piece, watch what happens.
Oh my God.
Look at Central, they like, wait, do that again, Chef, do it again.
It's in there? Like for real? Oh my God. I didn't know.
How much y'all want to bet? Who want to bet me some straight up Federal Reserve notes? I ain't talking about money because everybody know that money is really silver and gold. How much? Who want to bet me some Federal Reserve notes that somebody gonna mess this up today? That part right there.
I bet they do.
Look at Paige. Paige like, I go to Central, so yes, this is my first time. I understand. People, that move right there is so difficult. Everybody mess it up. But this why I asked if y'all dance, because if you can dance, you got a little bit of rhythm. So that means you can sing this little song right here. Y'all ready for this song? Lift and tuck. Lift and tuck. Everybody say lift and tuck. Lift and tuck. Everybody say lift and tuck. Look what I'm doing. Lift and tuck. I'm lifting the dough, tucking it in. Lifting the dough, tucking it in. Lifting the dough, tucking it in. Lift and tuck. Lift and tuck. Lift and tuck. Lift and tuck. Now, everybody, I'm gonna do this real quick for y'all so that y'all can follow along with Chef. Because if you can't tell time on the clock, this whole next area is getting ready to be a little confusing. If this is where I'm at, what's here?
12 o'clock.
What's down here? What's over here? What's over here? So what got to be here?
11.
At what time on the clock was I doing lifting tub?
6 o'clock.
No, he already did pause.
Maybe 7. I know, but when you playing
Between 7 and 8 o'clock.
Oh,
Okay, that's if you right-handed. Do I got some nasty left-handed kids in here? Do I got? Yeah.
Nasty left-handed kids.
2 of them. It's 2 of them.
Ooh, what we got? Ooh! All right, y'all. Y'all know left-handed people, they brain work a little different, so I got to switch this up for them. It's not 7 or 8. It's 4 or 5. Okay? Now, that's where you do the lift and tuck. But check this next move out, people. Lift and fold. Lift and fold. Let me hear you say.
And fold. Hold on, lift. And fold. What?
What time on the clock am I doing this?
2 o'clock.
No, 3 o'clock. 1 o'clock on me.
Yes. These times are very important. These ain't the end times that they talk about in the big book. These is the baking times that we talk about in the bake shop. Whew.
Funny.
Thank you. I got new material this year. Okay. So, you do a lift and tuck at what time on the clock?
7 and 8.
And you do a lift and fold at what time?
1, 2.
1 to 2. Now, everybody, I know y'all got your phones in your hand, but if you don't have your phone in your hand, I want y'all to model what I'm doing. Take your finger and point it this way if you're right-handed. If you're one of those funny left-handed kids, do the other way. Okay? Okay, now, take your other hand, and how many of y'all done popped a pimple before on your face? Blackhead, something of that, yeah, I know. Look at what, you know how hard you gotta squeeze to get that thing out of your skin? Watch the blood in my finger, watch. Where'd it go? Yes, and you should see the blood in your finger leave, and then when you release it, you see it come back.
Like the circulation.
The circulation, yes. Just like if you have cut yourself, you know how you gotta hold that finger to stop that blood from going? That's the same thing I want you to do with this finger. You're pinching the fingertip. Everybody got me?
Yes.
All right, here we go. What time on the clock am I at?
3.
Watch what I do. I'm pinching that finger on the outside. Then I'm taking that finger. Excuse me. Pause it.
You can't pause.
He gonna walk away. Pause.
I can't pause it. Yeah, make it feel. You ain't gotta give me shit. That's what she's talking I couldn't pause it.
Okay. The reason why I took that break, because as I was going down and I was talking, a piece of saliva came out of my mouth and hit my finger and I felt it. I don't want that on my posture, right? If you feel that you've done something improper, stop and take the time to correct it, because you don't know when we might have to use these postules again, okay? All right, here we go.
That's why you got a mask.
You see this finger right here? I'm setting it where the thumb was. You see where the finger is? Setting it where the thumb was. See where the finger is? Setting it where the thumb was. See where the finger is? Setting it where the thumb was. See this finger here? Setting it. See this finger here?
Standing where the thumb was.
You see what I'm building here? A nice little pinching. And all of this comes from your lift and tuck. No, excuse me, lift and fold. Lift and fold.
Isn't there another way to do that instead of...
There is, but you will learn that later as well.
Don't people be using forks?
Yes.
Use forks?
We're going to show you that technique as well.
Piece of...
Now, look what's happening here. It's getting all sticky, icky.
Oh, no, sticky.
Put your finger in a little bit of flour. Come back around at 3 o'clock position. And now, when you get real good, like LaKayla, she like, Chef, I don't seen this for about 3 years.
I did. My mama do this too.
Like, yeah, I used to bridge on my sister granddaddy and
You can
stuff.
get real fast with it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what the kids from the Ville usually do. I'm going to show y'all so y'all don't be doing what the kids from the Ville do. That's why we only got 2 this year.
Dang.
Get on over here so you can see what you usually do. Chef, I'm about tired of doing all these pinches.
Pinch and tuck.
That's
Wait.
disrespectful.
All right, I'm done.
No, you know that's not right.
That looks
Jeremy, you see, what they do? Just jumped all around, right?
Making all those
No,
gaps.
do not do that. Put that finger where the thumb was, 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 finger where the thumb was,
Finger with a thumb up.
finger where the thumb was. Just like that. Now, once you get that, everybody see all that silver around the outside?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's horrible.
Right. So that's how they make it lean on.
What you say? You can make it lean.
That's how they make it lean over the little outside.
I'm used to the fork trick.
Boom.
It's pretty easy.
Man, that boy fresh.
Now, can you see any metal from the top?
No.
No.
All y'all just seeing metal initially. That's what you do. You go back in. That's why you do that lift and tuck. Your pie dough will shrink when it's in the oven. It's nothing we can do about it. It will shrink a little bit, okay? So that's why you want to lift and tuck. Then you do your lift and fold. Then you get your pinches in, and then you just press them on out, okay?
Right.
This is what we call a pie shell with a high crust, okay? Because with this pie shell, we can fill it with sweet potato pie filling, or we can fill it with apple pie filling, okay? Apple pie filling gets another top on it. We put another top on and pinch them together. Sweet potato pie filling, because the crust is looking just as cute as me,
I got you.
you can. It's gonna look just that cute. You can just add in sweet potato pie,
Oh, yeah.
okay?
Sometimes the crust can be burnt, so you look cute at the burnt.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter, baby. Some people, how many of you all love the crust on the pizza? See?
See, I ain't gonna lie.
There you go. Okay. So listen, if you were watching you weren't here the other day. We had the video up about what do you all do if you're in concerns with your pie shell crust getting burnt, according to the video that we watched.
Put a little bit more.
I thought it was butter.
No one here remembers to put the aluminum foil around the
But I
edge.
thought you did that if it was like something out the freezer that's pre-made already.
Say, well, where do you think the pre-made ones come from, baby? People like you in the future, and people like me right now. So that's what you would do, Louis, okay? All right, so everybody understand how to make a crust now?
Yes.
Are there any questions?
No.
I have a quick question for y'all. You can